Okay, folks, it's slop day again. We've got a bunch of scraps put together for a slop video, so we're going to get out here and mix up a batch of old slop for them piggies and feed them instead of we've been having to feed them corn and stuff. Unfortunately, looks like, don't it? It's cold weather. We got to get these things patterned up for next year. We're starting on a new batch. So, no further ado, you're going to, we'll be getting into it. In case you're new to the channel, Slop in the Shop's a video blog. It is whatever's going on. It could be personal, racing, shop work, machine, not really projects. I try to make project videos separate. So, with that being said, sit back and enjoy this, please. This is December the 26th. It's right after Christmas. And I'm doing some catch-up. Right there is my fire pit. And I had, if you probably walked by and seen it in some of my videos, that there's a little bit been left over 2x4s and stuff. Had some plywood. So this morning I grabbed up my Christmas boxes. I had a couple of appliance boxes that was left here that my nephew brought with me. The main reason he brought it, when he redone my trailer, he left some of the plywood in him. So right now, we're just trying to finish. There you go. Burning all that up. I took the shovel there and just moved it a little bit. So that's basically what you see right there. Down in the middle of that is a rear axle for a Mustang that sheared off this year for Jerry Oliver. I got it down in there, hopefully tempering it enough that I can use it for machining steel. So, there we go. Folks, this is a shameless plug for Randy Richards cutters. I've had this, but this is probably one of the early ones that Randy made. This is before he even had the sets and the boxes and whatnot. And I have used this tool a bunch on these tool holders. And got the inserts and stuff. Mine's got a little banged up here in the end just a bit, but this thing's worth every penny. I don't know what Randy gets for them now, but this is a quality tool, and I will tell you, I paid for it. And it's actually a money saver, because a commercial made tool like this is probably $200–300 or something of that nature. And then the one that Randy makes that we use like this, I can't remember back in the day what it is, but even a high-speed steel one's about 80 or 90, and I think you can buy these from Randy for about the price of high-speed steel. Okay, I'm doing a little job today, and what I'm doing is we're going to reuse the decking on this race car for next season. So to do that, we need to remove some stuff. This particular sticker here, decal, the guy that built our transmission originally gave it to us, and we put it on our truck lid. Well, I'm going to say this, the guy that done this done excellent work. We had a problem with transmission, not anything to do with Lance Smith, but because we had an accident and lost the transmission, fell out of the race car. So we basically went back to using one out of a used one out of a regular street car. Secondly, I paid Lance Smith to build my transmission, which is well, good and fine to recognize Lance and his fine work. But we're also needing space for potential new sponsors for the 2021 season. Right now, we have 3 primary sponsors. And one of them is my nephew, Mike Burris, a Unique Air. You've seen the other. The other is Justin's dad. He does a little bit of race car fabrication. He builds their bodies, basically. But that's worth a lot of money. Just to build a body, unless you've got the stuff to build it with, you send it out to be built. That's several $1,000s. So, or probably at least another, depending on, the labor rates or whatnot. So, and that person's cost structure, but let's just say, sake of argument, I haven't, but we have as a team about $500 in just the materials for the sides. If we redeck this car, that'd be another $120 more. Just the material. So we're looking at right now, just to put sides in this car, material-wise, about $500. Now, our other primary sponsor, Unique Air, Mike Burris, is going to help us with that and some other things hopefully down the road. But so, they get a spot on the race car. And obviously, we mention them in videos and all that stuff. So, that's since we're redoing the body, obviously we're doing this. So what I'm doing is getting this off. I'm going to take this and clean this deck up. And I'm going to try to clean it up and compound it and wax it and see if I can get it to look good enough for us to use to generate us enough savings to make it worthwhile. And while I'm doing this, and one of the subjects of this is I'm going to put this in a slop, obviously, because I'm working and got the camera on. But one of the things about it is a lot of people's mistake with this is they're looking at just marketing their race car at the racetrack. And another primary sponsor is coming on board. A local remodeling construction company owned by Kenny Gunn. And his family's involved in racing, so he understands it. But it's like both Mike Burris and Timmy Gunn both say, the amount of business they get out of 700 to 1,000 people that attend the local dirt track race really isn't worth the cost. Just put your names on this race car. My nephew Michael, he doesn't only sponsor this car, he sponsors, he also gives money to Justin's brother Kyle and his dad for their car. And I'm just taking a heat gun and heating this sticker up. And this gradually, I've actually had another one. He gave me 2 of these, by the way. And the truth of the matter is, we got to recognize these people and help us. So, I'm not sure where we're going to put all the others. In fact, I'll be honest, I don't design my own race cars. My nephew, you've heard me talk about Mike Burris, he does most of the design work and works with whoever we order the stickers from. And so that's also something we do. So I'm just showing you. I've got 2. I'm going to take several. I'm going to peel off this car. And I'm going to clean this car up. I don't know if I'll get it done today, but see right there how that stuck? See, that's what heat guns do. Let the heat gun heat it up a little bit and kind of break the glue loose a little bit, and you can just kind of peel this light on. And I'm here to tell you, I'm just really, the object of this video is showing you I'm removing the decal. But I'm thinking about, there's going to be a series. I think I'm going to do 2 videos for you. And it will be about cost of setting up certain things. All right, there's how you get that one off in real time. Now, I've already put 1 coat. Now, I use the paste of the Ortho Blue, the Brambles. I just like it better. It is a bit pricey, but I like it better. And unlike Adam, he uses the liquid ones, but I've had good luck with the paste, and I just use a brush. And I've already put 1 coat on it and buffed it up a little bit. And these brushes work good too. And I'm just holding in this rag and smearing it on there. I mean, you know, what I decided, I've never done this before, and I thought I'd try it, see the difference, see how it looks. Is this particular one I took a piece of Scotch-Brite, and I took my Scotch-Brite and Scotch-Brite it real good. So we're going to see how this turns out after it gets on there. Usually just put it on and wipe it off. What I mean, it don't take it long to darken it up. Then you rub it with oil. I'm just going to put 2 coats bluing on it, and then I'm going to clean it up. And then we'll see what it looks like. Yeah, everybody sees my heater in the machine shop, and this is how it works. And I actually went and exchanged a bottle. I usually don't exchange bottles. Usually I take them to a filling station. But here's the deal. That bottle there, I think it's like a 12-year period you can fill them. So the bottle I had there was out of the way, and the bottle I have here is out of the way. And then they actually wrote exchange on it. See, so usually I take them to a local hardware or feed store or something, and they fill them. Here's the difference. You can fill these bottles for approximately $10 at a feed store or hardware store. You exchange these bottles and the prices vary wildly. About the best price is the Walmart neighborhood market here, $14, $15. Where you can stop at a convenience store and it's $20. So basically you're paying twice as much just for the same propane, just getting a new bottle all the time. So what I do is, that bottle in there you see in the stove, well, I can at least fill it 1 time. So I will fill it 1 time. This bottle I'll exchange it. And what happens is, you're at the mercy of the draw. So hopefully, the other bottle's been recertified to 21. So hopefully we'll get to that. All right, there's just another fun tip. Hey, some of the most aggravating work in cars seem to be the simplest thing. Brand new set of seat belts I put in today. It actually took about 2 hours. You wouldn't think. But I didn't remove the seat. The hardest part is getting to the bolts on the back and this side of the seat over here and behind the seat, because you have a limited amount of room to work. Probably been easier to remove the seat, but then that time you take the figure, you remove the seat and put the seat back, it's almost easier to do it this way. This is a set of belts I picked up on an online racing auction, and I saved about $40 to $50 on them. They're a good quality belt. It's just, like a Simpson usually runs 135 or 40. The ones in this car, like G-Forces, these from Speedway, things like that, they usually run about 115 or so, 20. So I got these for $70. So I think, and the main reason I got them, I'll try to zoom in and get my zoomer going here, is right there. You see that date. These belts are dated, so that's why we had to put new belts in. Okay, hope you enjoyed Slop in the Shop. As every video that any YouTube creator makes, it's a copyrighted production. In my case, it's James Dedman Sawlogs Plastic Hubs. You know, feedback, comments, feedback's welcome. Subscriptions are welcome. Anything's, you know, hit the notification for the bell. All that's welcome. I do YouTube. I don't make a dime. I have yet to make a dime off of YouTube. One of these days I'll get enough money to say I have made a dime, but at this point in time I've never made a dime off of YouTube. I enjoy sharing on YouTube. The more of you subscribe to the channel, yes, I'll get some financial reward, but the better benefit is other people get to see a different way of how things are done in a different channel, a little more sort of a mixture of stuff. So, if this appeals to you, subscribe. And if you don't, fine. You know, everybody don't like the same thing. But any comments is positive, please make them. We're here for you. This channel's here for you. It sure is not for me. Hope you guys enjoyed today's Slop in the Shop. And see you in the very next video.